Welcome back, everyone. So in today's lesson, we are going to improve your chess by showing you how to checkmate with two bishops. So if you want to be a half-decent chess player, you're going to need to know the basics, and one of the basics are checkmating with two bishops. So stay tuned. This is going to be a quick fire video. This is the final position we want to get to. We want our bishops cutting off the king and checkmating him while he is in the corner, and we want our king on sort of like a knight move on an L shape away, either on b6 or c7. Likewise, if that opponent's king is on h8, we want our king to be on f7 or g6, and etc. for the other corners. So this is the final position we want to get to. How we're going to do that, and I'm going to show you guys by practicing against the computer with the starting position as so. If you guys want to follow along and play on your server as well against the computer and practice along with me, you want to pause the video now. The instructions on the right hand side, how to set up this position. This is how I always practice positions, whether it's end games or certain opening positions that I want to set up. I set up positions and I drill them over and over and over until I get them right, and I can't get them wrong in the game. It's all ingrained in my muscle memory. So ready? Let's get into it. So first thing I want to do is anywhere here, I'm just going to try get my bishops to be right next to each other. The reason I want to do that is because, and this, remember, these aren't necessarily the quickest moves that the computer will do to checkmate. This is a way that you can remember in your chess games so that you're not in a position like this and suddenly, oh crap, I forgot how to do this. I'm going to show you how to do it so that you don't forget. So the reason you want your bishops next to each other is because when they're next to each other, they create this net around the king that the king can't escape from. And that's how we're going to push the opponent's king into a corner. So here he's sort of moved himself into a corner, which isn't smart. So I'm just going to tighten the screws a little bit. And cool. I'm just going to do one more. So he's actually sort of walked himself into a corner. But we're going to do this a few times so that you guys can see the gist of it. The next step, once you have got your bishops next to each other, and this is again so that you guys can remember it in your games, is you want to move your king in a line next to your bishops. And that's going to help you guide. Don't worry, he's not going to escape anywhere. He cannot move. Oops, that's not the right error. The opponent's king cannot move outside of that net. So I've got some time. I want to move my king in a way that is going to restrict his king. So just watch out. You don't want to stalemate your opponent. If I play king to e7, so this is the thing. This is the only thing you've got to watch out for in these endgames. You don't want to stalemate the opponent. If I play king e7, it's stalemate because I've taken away the only two squares he can get to. So I am going to play this move and this move, and this is a classic situation where the king is on the edge of the board, whichever edge, and your two bishops control the king so that he only has two squares. And since I'm closest to that a8 square, I'm going to swing my king across either to how we saw before, right? This is the final position we want to get to, either king on b6 or king on c7. I reckon that b6 square is looking quite juicy, so I'm going to just get my king onto b6, and my opponent just has to shuffle around. So now that he's sort of shuffled around, I've got my king in position. I don't want him going here, but I do want him going here. So what's the right move? Nope, not c7, not bishop c7, because that's stalemate. Bishop e7. He then has to go onto that b8 square. And again, I don't want him moving to c8. Now he's in the corner. So now, again, just watch out you don't stalemate him by playing bishop to d6, but you want this to be your opponent's move, so you're going to waste the move. And now once he moves to b8, bishop check, bishop c8, c6, checkmate. Nice and easy, right? So remember, what do we see? We want to have our bishops next to each other, and we want our king next to our bishop. So let's play that again. And just see those patterns again. So two bishops next to each other, If there's this much space between the bishops, I can sort of shuffle them around again. And cool, I've got my opponent's king on the edge of the board already. So now I want to get my king next to my bishops, whichever way. It's the best way to do it. Again, just watch out for stalemates. So now I am going to not play there, but I'm going to play here and here. And as we can see, those are the only two squares that king can get to. We want to get him to the corner, to A1. So we want our king to either be on B3 or C2. If we get him to B3, it's going to be some sort of a weird stalemate. So I probably want to get my king to C2. So I'm going to shuffle around this way. Maybe waste a move here. And go here. And now he's in the corner. And I'm going to get my bishop to B3. Just waste the move. Oops, it's probably, yep, that's okay. So what I want to do here, okay, I don't know where it went wrong. So I don't want to play that yet because it's going to be stalemate. So this is a bit harder than it should be. Okay, here we go. Yep. And now my king is on C2 and his king's in the corner. So again, I want to cut him off, cut that A2 square off, but not instantly. I'm going to go here, check, checkmate. One interesting thing about that position is you don't want, where was it? You don't want your bishops to be, hang on, where were we? You don't want your bishops to be, ideally you probably want your bishop on C4 instead of C2 so that your king can slide over to C2 himself. So that's probably where I wasted a bit of time. I should have probably just moved my bishop onto C4. But yeah, you can kind of see the pattern, right? Let's do one more just so you guys can see it. Two bishops next to each other. I'm going to get my king next to them. And then again, I'm going to just slowly move up the board. And I'm in this position again where I probably need my bishop on F5, not F7, so that my king can go up there. So I'm going to maneuver around a little bit. Here we go. So instead of F5, I just put my bishop on E6. And I want my king on this square. And then I will cut that E8 square off, cut the F8 square off, waste the move, check, checkmate. Easy as that. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys learned something. And again, like, subscribe as always. And again, set up this position, follow the instructions on the right hand side, try it out for yourself. Let me know how you go in the comments below. Peace out. See you in the next video.